Okay, welcome back to this next episode of Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Clan Quest Mod Edition Version 4, Episode 8. We last left off, we had found out from Johansson how to open the sarcophagus, which is important, and also had Ming Xiao come and show up and give me this important piece of exposition that she has the key that Johansson had just told us about. If only she could have just conveniently showed up a few minutes earlier, could have saved ourselves a mess of hunters. So we need to get back to Andre and tell him that. But I just thought, let's do something. Let's go on a little side mission here. Let's commit another act of diablerie, if you will. Julius, the stuttering street punk down by the beach, he should still be around. And if he is, we are going to suck his soul dry. Now, I'm actually at 1 humanity. And as I mentioned in the last episode, I found out, kind of to my own dismay, that you can buy humanity for real cheap when you don't have any. So we're actually going to take advantage of that. So I'm going to sort of game my own system here. But this will give us an opportunity. I can show you the cutscene that happens when you reach 0 humanity, and then we can just buy that dot back, and it'll be good fun. So let's check this out. Back in good old Santa Monica. Somehow this guy got here. I bet I scared him and he ran there. I don't see how else he would have gotten to that corner. There's no one for him to preach at in the parking lot. I hate it when I see people like that on the actual street. There's this guy, I think I talked about this maybe in my Let's Play, but there's this guy, Brother Dean. He's in Tucson, Arizona. He comes to the University of Arizona campus and yells at all the co-eds and tells them they're sluts and that they're going to hell. And he does this purely so that someone will strike him and then he can sue the university. So anyways, that's what street preachers are really about. It's causing a big fuss. Let's talk to Julius here.
Evening.
Hey, Lick. You ever heard of a thing called diablerie?
No. I don't know.
Oh, great. See, we vampires, we can do this thing where we murder each other's souls. Neat, huh?
What do you want?
I want your power, kid. I want your soul.
I don't have much. I'm so sorry. Please.
God, it's so hard to not feel sorry for him, isn't it? All the begging in the world won't save you.
Oh God. No.
Defend yourself, you worm.
Hey, hold.
So he's real easy. He's the easiest one of them all to diablerize.
Please, but find your heart.
Not likely. Just calm down. It'll make the rest of this easier. So, I actually don't know what the canon rules are for diablerizing thin bloods. I suppose it's possible that because their blood is so weak, it may not actually confer any benefits. But I also know that the physical disciplines, potence, celerity, fortitude, they're the easiest to learn. And it's my understanding that with thin bloods, those tend to just sort of manifest somewhat spontaneously. So from Julius, you can get potence or fortitude, and I presume I got potence. Yes, I did. Excellent. He's also the easiest to subsume because he's obviously very anxious and weak-willed. You're a part of me now. What's he say? He says, what have you done to me? You're part of me now, thin blood. Just relax and let it happen. I just want to go home. Please. If you ever speak to me again, if you ever raise your voice, I will crush your spirit completely. Do you understand me, you maggot? Understand. I'll do what you say. Very good. It's better this way for both of us. So I have 0 humanity here, and the way this triggers is whenever you enter a main hub map, you risk having this cutscene take place. So as soon as I go back to the main hub, it should pretty much happen right away. Let's go look. Yeah. Yes, this is it. So you've basically lost yourself to the beast completely here. You are just a feral animal running loose on the streets, murdering people indiscriminately. Feeding your hunger is the only thing that matters to you, and now, as you might presume, the police are going to make your existence a short one. So, you know, it shows you running off, but it's kind of presumed that, you know, your time is short-lived here. And it should die here. I think something's bugged out. But in any case, that's that. So I just thought it'd be fun to demonstrate that, since I think most people are trying to avoid that. In any case, let's buy this dot of humanity for 0 experience. Oh God, makes me cry knowing that that's the way this is working for people right now. 4.1 will work correctly. I swear to thee. I shall fix the bugs. I also possibly have a fix on the crashing issue. So apparently there's another address, or sorry, another patch that you have to install to address this issue, and it's a 4 gigabyte patch is what it's called. I knew there was a 2 gigabyte patch and there's a 4 gigabyte patch. And I guess what this basically allows is for addressing registers or memory addresses that are in a higher range. I don't know, some hacker solved this problem for me. I don't know too much about it, but there will be instructions forthcoming after I have a chance to try it out myself to help people in the community that are struggling with the crashes that are happening in this newest version of Clan Quest mod. Let's see. For now, just drive. And we're going to go back to Andre now. What's interesting is that I've given all this forewarning to crashes and system instability, but this Sabat run has been flawless for me, thankfully. It's always convenient, but it's always good to save here, because I know this is one of the most fragile points. Besides, I just jinxed myself. I was just like, oh yeah, everything's working great. That's the perfect time for it to collapse completely. Okay, so our pack isn't anywhere to be seen this time. Let's talk to Andre.
Have you found the professor yet? What has he told you?
I have. I know how to get into the sarcophagus.
Do not mince words. Tell me.
The professor seems convinced that there's nothing supernatural about it, but we can find out for ourselves as soon as we get our hands on the key.
A key? A key? Yes, of course. How could I be so blind? Tell me you clawed this key from the dying hands of the doctor?
No, he didn't have it. It was stolen from the Dane. Ming Xiao paid me a visit, though. She claims to have it.
Slithering, arrogant she-devil. Eastern snakes have no place in the New World. They trespass in our lands, play politics where they have no place, and now she tampers with ancient forces. She has no right. I will mangle her porcelain skin and have her skull as my chalice.
I like that line. She has no place in the New World. Andre's so old, he still considers North America the New World. What's worse, she confirmed what I already feared. She's been conspiring with Lacroix against the Anarchs.
You see, child, the Camarilla is impotent, weak. Lacroix is desperate, his greed too powerful. He does not see he will be reviled by all after we crucify him in the light of dawn.
This will all be worth it if I finally watch him get what's coming to him.
It is time to take what is rightfully ours from the Asian devils. This is a moment of kings and fools. Tonight, we either strike a blow for Canaanites the world around, or we die, throwing ourselves against the spears of the Kuei Jin.
I'm going to go with this second option. I'm going to strangle them with their own intestines and choke them with their own bile.
Attacking the palace single-handedly would be suicide. I shall call a conclave of the city. Rally your pack, raise the shovel heads, and make preparations for the bloodiest of wars.
I don't need an army, Andre. Send who you can, but I'm going to bathe in the blood of the Kuei Jin. That's what happens when you have one humanity. Okay, so this is really where the story kind of gets turned on its head. And I, for one, I'm sure people are going to have a lot of opinions about how the rest of the story goes, but I, for one, am really happy with the way it's all comes together, and especially the fact that a lot of the really obnoxious, sort of repetitive, grindy combat sequences have been taken care of. We'll say that. Anyways, let's go find our pack mates. Or will we? What's this? What's this? Lacroix, what are you doing here, you wily old bastard, you? This quest, Requiem for the Ancients. Something's very wrong here. Let's see.
How cordial of you to drop in. Were you in the neighborhood? To what do I owe the pleasure?
What? What am I doing here?
Did you really think I wouldn't have contingencies for a loose cannon like yourself? That I wouldn't anticipate that impetuous chip on your shoulder? Please, running off to join the Sabbat? You're an embarrassment.
I don't get it. How did I get here?
Ventrue don't reach my age and standing without learning a few useful tricks. You underestimated me, Kindred.
How did you?
I've had you programmed from the start, you fool. How lucky for me. By your own making, you became the perfect sleeper agent. Now, why don't you begin by telling me about my sarcophagus?
So this is like the big twist. Right. You find out that all these times you've been going to Lacroix, he's actually been programming you with Dominate. And I think this is important to note because a lot of people that aren't familiar with the canon material might not understand it. But in Bloodlines, Dominate is sort of presented as this ability where you tell someone to do something and they do it. You know, go to sleep, kill yourself, follow me around, attack my enemies. Dominate can do those things to an extent, but really the focus of this power in the canon source material is sneaking into someone's home and reprogramming their brain, basically giving them a series of instructions or telling them how they feel about things, and then erasing any memory whatsoever of the encounter with the vampire. So they go about their day thinking that they are acting on their own sort of free will, when in fact they are under the influence of vampire using dominate. And so that's what we're seeing here, is that clearly Lacroix has given us some set of instructions to report back to him if we found the sarcophagus, which we have, and we're just doing what we were told. And that's that. This is also important from a story perspective, because without Lacroix finding out where the sarcophagus is, it really doesn't give a lot of directions for the story to go. I'll never breathe a word to you, you prick.
Tell me, where is the sarcophagus?
The Archbishop has it. He's hiding it in the basement of the Hollowbrook Hotel. So again, I am unable to resist Lacroix's influence. I'm just spilling my guts like a little baby.
You see? Isn't this easier when you cooperate? Now, has the sarcophagus been opened yet?
No, there's a key. Ming Xiao has it.
A key? I see. And I suppose if you know that, then you must also know of the Alliance, don't you?
Yes.
That makes the rest of this so much easier. I give you my thanks, kindred. You've served your prince well. You, see her out. Once and for all.
See, there I go again with the once and for all. If anyone's keeping a tally of once and for alls, I think you shouldn't get any higher than 5, but that's like 4 too many. Oh shit. Oh shit. So you've been defenstered by the sheriff. And, well, I'll let there's another cutscene. I'll let that play before I start yapping.
¿Estás segura que sí funcionará? Me parece muy muerta.
Sí, claro. Almiéntala más.
Pero no se ha despertado en días.
El topor no se romperá fácil, no después de haber caído tanto.
Ojalá que valga la pena. Esta mierda me ha dado sed. Mira, sus ojos se abren. Hey, gringa, you're still alive. I mean, you know what I mean.
I told you she wasn't too far gone. You should learn to listen better. K-Knight, you have a lot to catch up with before this whole city outruns us. That was no small fall you took, K-Knight. For us to find you before you met the morning's doom. Luck smiles on you. Bringing you home, we nearly all perished to the sun's rays. You're lucky to be in one piece at all. Más o menos.
So, yeah, basically, you get pushed out the window in, like, classical supervillain James Bond dispose of your enemy fashion. Your pack finds you, peels you off the sidewalk, and nurses you back to life. So this is like the real fringe benefit of being Sabbat, is that people actually have your back. You know, when you're Camarilla, until you affiliate yourself with some group or coterie, no one's going to help you or get your back, and they're still probably going to stab you in the back. But the Valderie actually sort of forces your pack mates to be watching out for your best interest, at least to some extent. Also, the little dialogue between Arturo and Victoria, for those of you who don't speak Spanish, it's kind of throwaway dialogue. Basically, they're just talking about how they've been feeding you, and Arturo's like doubtful that they're going to be able to bring you back, and she's like, shut up, they're in torpor, it's going to take a while. Something to that effect. My Spanish isn't that good. I had to have help translating that. So, I say, holy shit, what the hell happened?
From the vinculum, we heard your cry for help. In our hearts we knew that one among us had fallen, and fallen hard. You were laid out across the road, splattered in gore. How many pints of vitae has the pack fed your parched, broken body over the last 3 nights? I've lost track.
Holy shit, you did all that to save me?
Your fate was horrific. Your survival, astonishing. But the real shock was where we found you. At the bottom of the prince's penthouse. Tell me, Cainite, tell us, that the only fall you took was from a window.
Look, I know it looks bad, but the prince had dominated me. It was against my will, I swear.
Calmate. There's no need to guard your dignity. You say the prince is your enemy. Then your word is all we need. This pack doesn't turn its back to our own so easily.
Man, I'm glad you're on my side. That's the kind of loyalty I've needed for a long time.
Escucha. Whatever secrets you whispered to Lacroix has swept the city into frenzy. With the sarcophagus under Sabbat protection, we forced many hands into an uneasy handshake. The Anarchs and the Camarilla have formed an alliance. They've skirmished with us a bit, but most of their army is moving against the Quajin, seeking the Dark Father's key.
Great, no. What's our next move?
For me, the battle will not end until the Ancient itself is vanquished, and his pawns meet their final death. Only with the key in hand can we be sure of the city's safety. We must strike at the heart of the Quajin, their golden temple, and take back what is rightly ours.
Sounds like a suicide mission to me. Why don't we just blow the sarcophagus?
André holds the sarcophagus now, but his eyes betray him. I can peer into a man's soul and see his desires. Beneath the putrid facade, a man is all he is. What would he do with the key if he had it? I can't say. But it's up to us to do what must be done.
So she's starting to get a little skeptical of Andre's motivations with the sarcophagus and feels compelled to do what must be done. I see. Then we shouldn't waste any time getting to Chinatown.
The pack has been anything but idle through your torpor. Arturo and I remade a platoon of the cattle in our image, ready for battle. You were the last soldier we needed before we take this war straight to Chinatown.
Straight to Chinatown. Forget about it, Mac. It's Chinatown. To Chinatown! To Chinatown! I did not make it to Chinatown while I was in LA, unfortunately. Okay, so as she mentioned, we've got some shovel heads to back us up. I really would have loved to have had an actual sequence where you are picking up, a bunch of randos on the street and turning them into shovel heads. But I just didn't feel like there was any way to really do that proper justice. Let's see, I don't really have enough experience points to buy a lot of stuff right now. Let's get potents. That would be good, right? Yeah, that's good. And here we are at the Golden Temple. It's already on fire. There's dead bodies everywhere. We better find out what's going on here. This guy is like, help me. And I'm like, sorry, pal, your lunch. I guess I don't need a feed, but... yeah, we'll just leave him. Maybe for later. Okay. Let's save here. So check it out. It's Nines and Bertram and the Camarilla and the Anarchs, and they're all one big happy family. And I do apologize here. Both Bertram, who was going to speak after Nines, and Nines are unvoiced. I'd hoped to have found a voice actor that could do these characters justice, and it just didn't work out. Part of it is because I actually had my hopes up for Nines. I had actually reached out to the original voice actor who had done Nine's voice and asked him for help. And he didn't say no, but he didn't say yes. And I think he was sort of unable to touch this because of, you know, the legal ramifications or possible legal ramifications. So I think for version 4.1 we can probably find ourselves nines elsewhere. You're too late, kid. The Quaijin are finished in this town. We got the key. Might as well go plant your sorry ass back in whatever grave you clawed your way out of. You know, funny, when the blood hunt was called, I was really wishing somebody would rip the tongue out of your smug fucking face. Guess I'll have a go at it. You know what your problem is? You're gullible. You bought the prince's lie that I killed the Primogen, caused me a mess of trouble. Now look at yourself. You're ready to die for whatever bullshit the Sabbat got into that thick head of yours. I never should have wasted my time saving your ass. You're one to talk, you hypocrite. You talk a big game about the Camarilla until you need them to haul your ass out of the fire. Tough times, tough decisions. You wouldn't get it. But if you think I'm gonna lose everything I fought for to some bullheaded, small-time shit-for-brains like you, think again. You assholes keep underestimating. I'm gonna rip that key from your ashes. Yeah, real cute, neonate. All that posturing is only gonna get you killed. Why don't you run back to your shithole downtown and let that maniac Andre end you? Save us the trouble. Man. Nosferatu voice, very difficult to do. You think you're so clever, Bertram. I'm going to enjoy bashing that ugly face of yours in. You really think you'll change anything? You think the Archbishop is any different than Lacroix? Follow this through and you're going to end up as antediluvian food. But then, like any good zealot, I guess you're never one to hedge your bets. Typical Camarilla propaganda. Andre's loyal to the Sabbat, and we're waging a war on the Ancients. You should be more worried about your own skin. You wouldn't want to end up like Gary, sewer rat. You really believe that, don't you? The whole reason you're up to your neck in trouble is because you didn't kill Gary. Boy, you really should have done everyone a favor and died in that warehouse like you were supposed to. I survived that, and I'm going to survive you too. You're getting on my nerves, kid. We lost a lot of good people tonight, and I'm in no mood for this. Last chance. Walk away now, live to see another night. Otherwise, we're happy to wreck you and your pathetic lackeys for good. Makes no difference to me. You know I can't do that. Give us the key or we'll finish this here. Okay. Gotta... Damn. Oh, I'm frenzying. That's what's happening. Because of course I am. Oh my god! Is that all I'm gonna do this fight, is frenzy? Jeez. My ass whooped. This is a tough fight, even with the help of your pack. Shelter's down. Oh shit. Where the fuck is Arturo in all this? Should be here helping me as well. I think those shovelheads died instantly. Alright, so we beat up Nines. He runs away. There's Arturo. You think we're done? The Anarchs have survived the worst than the likes of you. Catch me on a night when I haven't just put down a Quaijin elder. Just give us the key and maybe I'll let you live. I could give a shit about the key, the sarcophagus, any of that crap the Sabbat's pumped into your head. But the Camarilla's fractured. We cut the prince out of our deal, and this key is the wedge to keep them apart. Cute. Aren't you the prince's toady now? The only thing Lacroix's after is whatever power he thinks he'll find at the bottom of that tomb. Any Camarilla without their heads in this hand can see now he's full of shit. If he wants the key, he'll have to get through me first. Same goes for you. I doubt it'll do you much good soon anyways. What the hell's that supposed to mean? I mean, before negotiations broke down, Lacroix mentioned he'd be sending his own soldiers after your buddies downtown for the sarcophagus. It'll be a wonder if the sheriff even leaves the building standing. The hotel! Shit! For all your effort, you got shit to show for it, and the Sabbat's as irrelevant as ever. I'm leaving. I suggest you do the same. I don't want to see you in my town ever again. I'll find you, asshole. Okay, so... we got kicked around pretty good there. Can I still feed on this guy? No, I can't even feed. Let's get out of here, get away from the chanting. Let's get back downtown. So, when I was testing this, one of the testers was like appalled at this twist in the story and thought it was totally unbelievable. So I just kind of want to like clarify the intention here, with what's up with Nines and his role in all of this, the Anarchs. They don't care about the key. They don't care about the sarcophagus. Whether they believe there's an ancient or not, all they care about is getting the Quajin and the Camarilla out of their town. So if the prince is totally intent on getting the sarcophagus and enough of the superstitious Camarilla don't want him to do that, that creates this divide between the Camarilla that the Anarchs are exploiting. So they are very weak. They're not in a strong position. That's why the Camarilla moved in to LA in the first place. And thus, that's why Nines needs to leverage this situation to finally make this alliance with the Camarilla on his terms, kick the Quajin out of the city, and before dealing with Lacroix. Lacroix, who is likely going to need the key now more than ever, because for his transgressions against the Camarilla, he is going to be hunted down by the higher powers that are. In any case, here we are back at the hideout of the Sabbat. It's not much of a hideout these days. The sarcophagus is gone. Andre's lying in a heap here. Let's see what he has to say.
I see you too have survived the Camarilla's onslaught.
Andre, what the hell happened here?
The prince's attack dog came here with a coterie of thugs. He tore through the ranks, trampled our soldiers. It was a bloodbath. Our brothers were wiped out by the pact. There are a few survivors. You, myself, a handful others. As you can see, I'm badly wounded. I only just evaded Lacroix's marauders.
How could this have happened?
I was a fool to think that the cursed Ventru would not have planned for this. The strength of his enforcer was unlike any. I never believed. How could the prince sway one so powerful?
We're gonna be agreeable with Andre. I'll rip their throats out one by one. Every last one of them will be systematically exterminated.
It's good to see you haven't lost one bit of animal tenacity. You will need it. There are greater concerns than my welfare. They've taken the sarcophagus. The entire city is in jeopardy. It's only a matter of time before Lacroix greedily opens the accursed tomb and seals our fate to the Ancient.
It gets worse. The Anarchs have the key, but it sounds like they aren't as unified with the prince as they'd have us believe.
There is still a chance. If they are hoarding the key, the only place safer than Ventru Tower is in the mystic clutches of the Tremere. You must raise the chantry before attacking the tower and destroying the sarcophagus. It is the only way.
Oh, it's time for payback. I don't take kindly to being kicked out of a window and robbed.
These bones, this muscle, it is but an encumbrance. But grafted onto you, it is a weapon of terrible beauty. Let me sculpt you in the image of the beast incarnate.
So here, and I probably would have enjoyed the possibility of representing this the character models a little more directly, I guess. But here, Andre's offering to use vicissitude to amp up your physical attributes. It's, you know, a lot of people have been griefing me on the boards that they don't get enough experience points through the Sabbat or the evil route. But what's going to happen is if I say yes, if I agree to it, he's going to add, I think, 1 dot to each of my physical attributes. And I mean, if you game the system correctly, you're getting, what is it? 16, I think, for 5 dots. You know, you're looking at getting, you know, as many as I don't know, like 40 experience points, something to the tune of 40 experience points for free. You know, if you were at 4 on each of your physical attributes. But anyways, I'd love teeth and claws to gouge their eyes with. Yeah, so boom.
It lies in your hands, K9. In this hour, you are his sword. Do not show our enemies mercy. They wish to herald apocalypse unto our world. Show them the oblivion they seek. Show them the full fury of the beast. Unleash.
I'll avenge you, Andre, in the name of the Sabbat. In the name of the Sabbat. Okay. So this is going to have to be a shorter episode. I don't have too much time tonight. But yeah, we've reached the end game here. We need to go raid the Tremere Chantry. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with episode 9, I guess it'll be. I'm really stoked at how long this is taking me, actually, because that means there's so much content for you guys to enjoy. And with the choice between Victoria and Hazel, you've got at least 2 solid playthroughs yourself that you can do at home. So yeah, I really hope you guys are enjoying the mod and as much as I enjoyed making it. So if you like this, click like, subscribe. I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.